What's going on, everybody? Just want to share a few thoughts with you today that I think it's important for you to hear. It's about advice primarily. And before we jump in, we do a couple different show formats here at GLE. We have a format like today where I'm just going to share some mindset with you. And then we've got format where we do interviews. And, sometimes I'll actually just read a chapter from a book or something cool that I've read and studied. So, today is going to be just some thoughts from me that I think will really help you. And it really stems from something I've been thinking a lot about. As a kid, I had it just beat into my head. And this isn't a mash at my parents or a bash at my parents or anything. I love them. They taught me a lot. I'm blessed to have awesome parents. One of the things that they would beat into my head was, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I think this is maybe a misinterpretation sometimes of the pearls before swine deal in the Bible, where, you don't cast your pearls before swine. There's situations where you want to stay quiet. There's situations like, Jesus himself in the Bible didn't answer Pilate, right? Didn't answer the Pharisees at some things. So, there's a time to not speak, but I do think that one of the things that has hindered me in the past is I tend to silence, because I had it, really beat into me. Like, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. And I think that's wrong. I think we as Americans, we as people, we as Christians need to speak the truth in love. And, it's hard to do that sometimes, especially when you're starting to get emotional, when you're getting worked up, when you don't like something and you don't want to hurt other people's feelings. And we need to be thoughtful. And, that old, funny joke. Your wife asks you, does this dress make me look fat? And it's like, oh, what do you say? No, honey, oh, that's lying. Or, like, that's kind of an extreme, silly example, but I'm talking more about important things, right? And if you don't have anything nice to say, you probably need to speak up in a loving way and voice your opinion, because I bet you're not the only one that feels that way. And I bet if you just sit quietly and let people walk all over you, they'll just continue to do that. So, one of the things that I've been kind of thinking about recently, and this made me think of it, I almost didn't even do this episode because of it, is financial advisors. I don't know if you use financial advisors. I have a really good one. My cousin Andrew Firking, give him a shout out. Go if you're looking for a good financial advisor, Andrew Firking over at Thrivent does a great job. This isn't financial advice, so this is just Phil Swanson's opinion. I think you need to be your own financial advisor, and you need to know your strategies. You need to know, lean on folks like a financial advisor to give you ideas, but it's really up to you to know and understand how you want to use those ideas. And I would highly recommend not turning all of your investments and your future over to somebody else. I had this bite me in college when I had my advisor, my counselor, supposed to know everything about pick my classes for me. I ended up having to take a summer class, my summer before senior year. And then I ended up having to take even like 19 credit hours, my senior last semester of university, while in season for baseball, while taking senior design for engineering. I took more than a full course load. It was insane. And it was because my counselor that I relied on screwed me over. Didn't know what he was doing. I should have known. So, part of growing up, part of being a leader, part of taking responsibility is really realizing that it's all up to you. It's on you. And if you rely on other people, you're basically giving away your responsibility to someone else, and it's on you still, right? You can't shed that. So as you're thinking about investments, you're thinking about your future, you're thinking about your kids, you're thinking about your retirement. I don't even like that word retirement, but you're thinking about the legacy you're going to leave on. We're just talking financially here, but in other ways to future generations, you need to know, you need to understand taxes. You need to understand the trust law. You need to understand how to manage your finances, manage your family, manage your future, and understand what those are. And one of the things that came up recently that just really got under my skin a little bit, because, I see so much bad advice by folks like, Dave Ramsey, just horrible. Like, the guy caters to broke consumer debt people. That's his audience. So if you listen to Dave Ramsey, you're getting advice catered to broke consumer debt people. So, I don't want to be a broke person in consumer debt or trying to get out of consumer debt. So I listen to wealthy people. and seek out wealthy people advice. You're not going to get it from Dave Ramsey. Sorry, Dave. I know this isn't something nice to say. So in the past, I wouldn't have said it, but I'm just going to tell you, don't listen to guys like Dave Ramsey. He gives you bad advice. He misrepresents strategies that the wealthy people have used for generations. And, one of the things I heard another financial advisor, just a, kind of a random acquaintance I've come across on the internet, was about how good of a strategy it is to take a 401k loan. Now, for anybody that doesn't know what a 401k is, I'm assuming most people do, but a 401k is just a tax law that allows you to invest pre-tax income and then get taxed at a later date. You're basically deferring your taxes. So there's more money to grow exponentially, compound interest in your account as you have that invested. And, you can either withdraw it and pay a 10% penalty early, or wait till you're 59 and a half or whatever it is, and then you can start withdrawing, or you can take out loans against that value up to a certain amount before you're 68 or 69 and a half or 59 and a half or whatever it is. I think you might still be able to take loans later either way, but here's how the loan works, right? So this guy was like recommending how good of a strategy it is to take a 401k loan. But here's the deal. If you take a 401k loan, you are going to pay double tax on that money. And let me explain this, because he was trying to inform you that because you deferred taxes by putting money into your 401k, he was trying to say that eliminates a tax event. Wrong. So what you do is when you pull that loan out of your 401k, you basically negated the event ever happening, because now you have to pay that money back into your 401k after tax plus interest. Yeah, you're paying the interest to yourself in your 401k, but here's the deal. So say you're in a, I don't know, average 20% tax bracket, whatever it is. So you're going to pay 20% tax on that money, put it back in, and then it's going to sit in your 401k. And whenever you take that money out again, you're going to get taxed again at whatever that tax bracket is in the future, right? That's double tax. Now, if you did a withdrawal, even early, you would actually only pay tax once plus penalty of like 10%. So it's actually going to be less of a tax burden on you if you would actually just withdraw money early from your 401k. You can still pay money back. You can, if you're not maxing out your 401k, pay it back pre-tax into your 401k, treat it like a loan, right? And just pay stuff back, put extra in your 401k for a couple of years, and you can make that up very quickly. So, that's just one example, right? And this financial advisor is posting content on the internet, encouraging people to take loans out against their 401k, which quite frankly should be probably your last option for financing. You're going to pay double tax, folks. Like, it should be your last thing you do. I've done it before. It's stupid unless you don't have any other option to get capital. So, man, it really grinded my gears. But here's why you need to know. This is why you need to be invested in yourself, care enough. For a long time growing up, I did not even focus on taxes, or, I thought taxes, you just had to pay taxes. Why are we worrying so much about taxes? Just make a bunch of money and pay taxes. Well, you could do that, or you could maybe do what the really wealthy people do and dig in, learn how to use the rigged system. I mean, DJT himself said it, right? The system's rigged. I know, I use it. So you can learn it too. How do you play basketball if you don't know the rules of the game? How do you play football? How do you play baseball? How do you play hockey? How do you play soccer, right? World Cup. Could those guys be excellent if they don't know the rules of the game? Well, guess what? You're all playing the game, whether you want to believe it or not. So you better learn the rules. I know I probably sound a little animated right now. I'm passionate about this topic, but just want to share this with you. And really, I'm saying this out of love, because I love you and I want you to make good financial decisions and really have yourself invested in learning this stuff for yourself. And going back to the beginning, right? If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I'm sorry. In certain situations, I think that's maybe good advice, but I think that's hindered me a lot in the past. And so since I started GLE, since I started my businesses and getting more confidence in what I'm all about and what I want to do in the world, I've realized that I'm going to have to say things that may not sound nice to people. And that's just part of life. And that's part of growing up. Most people, I think, still have a childish high school type mindset. I know grown people in their 60s that still give people the silent treatment, for example, right? When they're angry or something like that. You probably know people like that too, or, have these petty fights. Well, guess what? We're not going to have that in my family. I think you, if you're still having some of that, probably can do some growing up like I'm doing and still working to do. And we got a surprise guest. Hey, Arya, come here, lady. Say hi. Say hello. Hello. Yeah. Podcast all-star, Arya Rose. So, hey, I love y'all. We're going to go have a nice dinner tonight. Arya Rose loves you too. Say, I love you. Love you. We love y'all out there, and go lead everything nation. And y'all have a great day. Go lead everything.